mentioned all the reading that you did, and kind of tying into that, I would like to thank you for inventing the bifocal because I wear progressive lenses, and I would imagine the bifocal definitely had something to do with that.
Yes, I did invent the bifocal. I didn't know the term bifocal then. I have actually these are my readers, but I had two pair of glasses all my life, nearsighted and farsighted. My eyesight was never very good, especially as I got older. And maybe it was from all those years of being a compositor, putting those little tiny types to form a newspaper. They would call it a compositor. You would have to learn to read backwards
Oh,
and
wow.
Mm.
set all the type in a box, and then put the sheet, and then the press would print it. Matter of fact, the when I was an apprentice, some of the other apprentices would play tricks on me because in the evenings, the apprentice at the end of the day would have to take all the type apart and then sort it, put it in A, B, and all the little compartments. That's a massive amount of type. So some of the apprentice would sneak in and he'd grab a D and put it in with the A, and then of course the master would go reach for type, and it's wrong. So that's where the expression came. Well, he's out of sorts.
Oh,
My
Oh,
sorting was,
okay.
it, but I was pretty dutiful in and I was not drunk all the time, which was a common practice in the 18th century. Was drinking ale throughout your workday
hmm.
because it was well. There's a couple reasons. It had alcohol, so it was pure in the sense that it wouldn't have disease, and then
Hmm.
the other misnomer is that it gives you strength. I
Hmm.
guess to call it today beer muscles.
Oh.
But I didn't follow that too much. Because the ale master would come into the businesses with the ale for the day, and as an employee, you that was taken out of your pay at the end of the
Hmm.
week. So there's another
Wow.
reason with my frugality. I had enough strength with bread and water.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that was
But
yeah, that's a good choice on your part. Now, with the switching of the letters, we often talk about on the podcast my passion for swearing and using swear words. Did anybody ever were swear words a thing in the 1700s, and did anyone ever like change the letters around to make a bad word?
well, there was plenty of swearing going on in the 18th century. Lest you forget all those ships out in the harbor, those were seamen in there, and when they came ashore and got drunk, the language could get pretty foul, and even amongst their in the brawling and fighting and carrying on, the colony was full of rogues and folks. Well, the English even would let the prisoners out and put them on a ship and send them to the colony. So we had quite an
Oh, wow.
eclectic mix of gentlemen to rogues, if you were. So I didn't necessarily print swear words, but
Yes.
it certainly had it was certainly a form of expression in the 18th century.